Hello, everybody. It's Graham Cofe with another My Music. In a minute, I'm going to be speaking to this lady here, Caitlin. But first, we have yet another video from Analog Trash, our wonderful sponsors, with a guy doing all sorts of weird things with a guitar. So there you go. If you spotted it halfway through, a man throwing a guitar into the water, that's the wonderful Analog Trash. If you want to find out more about their supporters club, the website address is down the bottom. It's going to be there for the duration of this interview. So there's no excuse. Go and find out about it. Caitlin, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm absolutely marvellous. Now, you're a mere whippersnapper. You're only 17. Is that right?
Yeah, 17. I'll be 18 soon.
18, dangerous, going out into the world. When did you first start making music?
I first started making music. I was about 13, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, many years.
Wow. And what was it that got you into music in the first place? Was it did your parents listen to music, or was it a house? Is it a house where nobody listens to music and you rebelled against it?
My nan, she owned a pub for years, and the punters, when we go in there, they used to pay me to get up and sing. So the more they paid me, the more I did it.
That's wonderful. So it's your nan's. This is all your nan's fault.
Yeah, well, my mum can sing, so I get it from her. But it's my nan.
And is it your nan on your mum's side?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of a family. It's a family line. I love that. Encouraging you to get up in front of people in the pub and sing. And what sort of songs were you singing in those early days of?
My favourite one, Alicia Keys. If I Ain't Got You.
All right. Wow. I mean, that's quite a challenge for a young lady.
I think I was only about three or four.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been years.
So you always knew you had a voice?
Yeah, I could sing before I could talk. That's
Really?
what I've always been told anyway.
Wow. That's tremendous. What sort of music do you listen to? I mean, what sort of things are inspiring you musically?
On a personal level, I listen to everything. I have a really wide taste, like musical genre. Inspiration level, like Aretha Franklin, James, Beyonce, Adele, big singers, Mariah Carey.
Big voices, big voices. So, I mean, have you had lessons yourself?
Not really. I think I've had about 3 or 4 lessons in my life. Well, I always say it's a gift from God. That's what I'd like to think of it of. That's what I like to think of it as.
Wow. Yeah. No. And so, for you, what when you had those lessons, what was the thing that you learned most about? Was it kind of breathing, or was it?
It's more like warming your vocal cords up. I think that's what most people don't do properly, and then they cause a lot of damage, especially with the range of stuff that I sing. So I sing very powerful songs. So the more you sing them, the more your vocal cords can get destroyed if you don't know how to work your instrument properly. It's like a muscle.
Absolutely.
So you can't go on a run without stretching. It's that sort of thing.
I know. I mean, back in the day when I used to sing in a band, I used to warm up by drinking pints, which is probably not the best thing to do. Oh dear. But no, it's important. It's important to do it, and I think it's good that you're saying that and you're setting the right example. I think people assume they watch things like The Voice and whatever on TV, they assume that somebody just wanders onto stage and just, you know, starts belting it out like that. But you know, if you're going to sing, most of us realise, actually, I guess, that even if you're just singing at home, that when you first get up in the morning, your voice isn't probably there.
Yeah, that's what's happening to me right now.
And you need to do some things to actually warm it up.
Yeah,
and get it in, getting in the right frame of mind. Well, we've actually done that sometimes on this show with people. We've helped them to warm up. I've 2 or 3 really experienced singers. I've actually asked them to do the body form moment. I don't know whether you've ever come across that. You're too young to remember the body form adverts, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. But do look it up later. But it's a great example of a good way to warm your voice up. You know, there's this loud lady going, "Whoa, body form!" You know, it's brilliant, right? And that is not a good way to warm your voice up, folks. Actually, just doing little scales and things like that. And actually, just even just doing little repetitive sounds. Great way of warming your voice up. So, what? Tell people who are listening that haven't heard you before, what is the kind of music that you're doing at the moment?
So my own original stuff, I'd like to think of it as it's quite poppy. So the one that we've just released, Remember Tonight, that kind of, it's like Mimi Webb, that sort of vibe. And then, well, everything we do is really different. So we do soul, we do pop, but it's more like a pop soul concoction.
Yeah. And who is it that you're working with on this? Because in your photo you seem to have gathered a band of people together. Where did you find them?
I first started out, I met Liam and Tom. So Liam Hopkins, he plays the guitar for me, and Thomas Iliff, he plays the keys. I met them when I was about 13 or 14, I think. It'll be coming up to like 4 years this year. And then we met Ali a year ago. He started playing the drums for us, and then we met Lewis, who we've known Lewis for a very long time. But we stole him, and he plays the bass for us now.
You stole him. Okay, there's a story right there. Where did you steal him from?
So open mics and stuff, we always saw him there. I've got a very good friend, Levi Washington. They were friends, and we saw Lewis play. I thought, yeah, we're gonna steal him. So we did, and he's been.
So he was in another band, and you literally. How did you approach that? How did you manage that? Did you just go up to him and say, "Look, the band you're in are shocking"?
No. So he gave us Ali. So he introduced us to Ali. I said to him, so Ali plays the drums for us. I said to him, well, why don't you come for a rehearsal one day? And then he never left.
Yeah. Wow, absolutely brilliant. And so who does the actual songwriting? Is it you that does the songwriting, or is it a group effort?
So the songs that we've been releasing, Liam and Tom had them way before, like years and years ago, probably before I was born. So they've had them, and then the stuff that we're writing now, we all write it together.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it's a joint effort. But the stuff that Liam and Tom came to me with, I mean, it's completely different. And When Angels Fall, that was a rock song. And I changed it into an Adele ballad. So they're quite different. So yeah.
What's it like having this kind of older bunch of friends in the band? Like, are they quite protective over you? Do they look after you?
Yeah, of course they do. It's nice because I've always acted a lot older than I am. I've been doing this for a very long time. And to have people that you work with that are more serious about music and they want to take it seriously, as serious as I do, and I know I'll never have to worry about, if we have to suddenly drop everything and go on the road, I know that I can rely on these people to do that with. And they give a lot of their time, and they're absolutely incredible at what they do. I mean, I've never met a better bunch of lads, and we're all like best of friends.
That's brilliant. Now, you still at school? Are you still
No,
studying, or no? What are you doing at the moment? Is music your full time, or?
Yeah, so music's my full time, and then I work as well on the side, to keep me sane, so I'm not sat in the house all day.
But the dream is to do this.
Yeah, of course.
Full time.
I mean, I could do it full time now. I'm very lucky to have that, but I like to work as well. I find it a way of socialising. It gets me out of the house.
Yeah. What do you can you say what you work as?
I'm a receptionist.
You're a receptionist. So
Yeah.
there's a good question for you. Is
Yeah.
do you ever break into song on reception?
Oh, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. Is this an office reception or a hotel or something like that?
It's like it's a water park.
Oh my word.
So
look, you've got to give it a plug now. So where's the water park?
It's at the Wave in Coventry.
Oh goodness. There you go. So folks, if you go down the water park, what days do you work?
I don't work Monday and Tuesday or Sundays, so
any of the other days of the week when she's working.
Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday. If you go down the water park, you might see Caitlin, and she might sing you a song as you go in. You know, and you won't even have to pay extra for it. It's almost like a free gig. That's tremendous. So what is your ambition for your music? An album, a tour, a bit more than that, you know, world domination?
Yeah, world domination.
Fantastic.
I'll be honest. No, we're going on tour in May. I've released an EP. We've released 3 singles. The main thing I want to do in the next few years is to find management and to work with them. I know what manager I want, and I'm not going to settle until I get him. So.
Oh, you've actually got a name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you whisper the name? Can you tell us the name now?
I'll tell you. I can tell you who he is. So, John. We'll just say Dawkins. That's his name.
Dawkins.
Yes.
Dawkins, if you're listening, now's the time. Now's the opportunity. Don't let it slip through your fingers and go away. You know, that's brilliant. You should tag him in. That's how it all works in social.
Yeah.
You just tag him into this and say, "Watch this." You'll know what the message will be coming through the screen. You know, and then he'll be there. You know?
He is. He's a brilliant manager, and he's done a lot for artists in Coventry. That's what I like about him the most. And he's done some amazing stuff in his time. We've read up a lot about him and stuff like that. So I know I'd be in very safe hands. And I'm not settling until I get him. So
I love that. I love the determination. Absolutely. In terms of your music, do you feel like you're just starting, really, in terms of where you want to go with it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. I mean, for someone my age, I am doing well, and I'm very grateful for the support and the people that I have around me. But I want to be way bigger and better. I don't think there's a point that I can see myself stopping. Do you know what I mean? So until I'm at the top, and the top, there's nothing.
There's nothing gonna get in your way.
No, definitely not.
Absolutely. What in terms of your ambition for the next year? Do you want to actually get an album out?
So what we're doing this year, we're going on tour. So I've done Coventry, but we're venturing.
You want to see the rest of England, don't you?
Yeah, of course. So I've done London. I love playing in London. It's brilliant, but we want to go further afield, so like Liverpool and Manchester, and so we're looking at doing a tour in May. We've already got the songs ready for the album, so that's not an issue. But we've released 3 in the past 2 years, so it's just getting into the studio, especially because we all work. We're all very busy. It's harder to find a day where we can all do it.
Yeah,
It's a very busy time of year as well. I'd say from like March up until August. Obviously, it's like festival season and stuff like that. So, um, we're more interested in playing than we are recording.
absolutely. I was going to ask you, are you doing any festivals this summer?
Yeah, we are. I can't tell you what we're doing. I
Ooh.
know we're doing Willow Fest. They've already released that we're doing that, so I could tell you about that one. That's in Peterborough.
Motorfest and Carve.
Yeah, we're doing Motorfest in Carve. They're the ones that I could tell you about because I've already told everyone that we're there.
Excellent. Well, you need to aim. You need to aim to come down to the West Country. We've got a little festival down here called Glastonbury. I don't know whether you've ever heard of it. You know,
No,
it's just a tiny little thing.
yeah, I
But
haven't.
you know, if you ever get the chance, you know, it's run by a little group of farmers called the Eveses. It's a tiny little thing, but you know, if you ever get a chance, maybe pop down and do that one. You know?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find a date. I'll see.
Yeah, well, you'd have to check your schedule because it might be, you know, you might be too busy for that one. Listen, it's been a pleasure meeting you today. Talking about your music, and in terms of what you've put out there so far, what's your favorite track? What's the one that really kind of resonates with you the most, or makes you feel like this is my greatest achievement so far?
When Angels Fall, definitely. So I've just released that one. It's a memory of a little boy, Arthur Libido Hughes. He was like mistreated as a child and he's unfortunately no longer with us. But we had that song for years and it was so different to the rest of our stuff. You know, it's like really slow and we could never fit it into the set because it just wouldn't work. And the charity, his charity is called Arthur's Angels and the song's called When Angels Fall. So when they came to us, Joe and Bernie came to us and my mum's name's Joe and my nan's name's Bernie. So it was like it was all meant to be.
Predestined. Yeah.
And we had the song there already and I said to the boys, I said, yeah, we've got to do this one. So we sent it over and it just went from there. And I always wanted to release that one, but we could never, it never fit, you know, because it was so different to the rest of them. And then the story that goes along with it, it's just, that's my greatest achievement, hands down. I think we've all ever done. I get very emotional when I sing it.
So are the charity actually using that song?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So we released it on behalf of them, which is amazing. We've just done a charity event as well because it was a year since everything happened. So yeah, they loved the song, and we rewrote it a little bit, but we pretty much kept it the same for the most of it.
So if any journalists are watching, it's old news now, but it can still be new news again. Okay,
Yeah.
There's a story right there, an impassioned plea, a song that has actually got a lot of depth and meaning behind it, with something good to come out of it. Please do rewrite that story again. Go and see Caitlin. Get the story from her, rewrite it, put it in your papers, and you know, let's everybody support that and make lots of money for the charity. That would be a wonderful thing.
That's the main thing.
It is. It's totally what it's about. I think that's brilliant. I think you've got a very wise head on you for 17 years of age. And I'm not being patronising in saying that.
No, I've heard that for a long time. Everybody says that I'm born in the wrong generation.
Well, that's we're all born in the wrong generation, really. I mean, we can't make more of a mess of it than we've done already, can we? So
Yeah, exactly.
it's now the time to try and put it all right, and we need young people like you coming through, trying to teach us all a little bit more sensibility in the world that's going to help. So I've been pleased to meet you. Do come back again as your journey develops. I'd love to keep track, and one day when you're as famous as you possibly can be, and hopefully I've taken over from Jules Holland or someone like that, then we can do this again, maybe on BBC One or something. That would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah,
Definitely.
in many years' time. I think it's more likely that it'll happen for you than me. But there we go. Everybody, this has been a wonderful Caitlin McCarthy. If you want to find her music, it's all over the interweb. You can go and download it and stream it and whatever. But where's the best place to find it, Caitlin?
Spotify and Apple Music. They're the best places.
Go. Listen to it lots of times.
Yeah, lots of time. On replay.
On replay. You put it on replay all day long. And then, and she'll have a lovely surprise in the morning when she finds out she's top of the charts. Wouldn't that be great? Caitlin, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for coming on My Music today. I wish you all the best with your career. Have a great summer. Knock everybody dead at the festivals. And we'll see you around. Everybody, Caitlin McCarthy.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to My Music. We'll be back very soon with yet more artists. Do subscribe, like it, whatever you want to do. And if you don't like it, tough. Bye for now.